Hello, welcome. I'm Trisha Lemon and welcome to the last of my videos in the reflections of the dreams I experienced during my Kundalini awakening. So I suppose it's appropriate just to kind of help you just wrap this up a little bit, although you can't really wrap it up. So over 5 years ago now, I had a Kundalini awakening, and as I've said in other videos, it's best that you perhaps just go and research that on the internet, as with many of the things I say in my dreams, because it's so well documented out there now. There are some great resources. So yes, I had a Kundalini awakening. During that time, which was over a 4-year period, I had many dreams around my spiritual awakening, and that's what these particular videos I've been trying to show in terms of what the symbolism was in those dreams and what the messages were. Along the way, I've tried to give some little interpretations of what they've meant for me, but particularly these videos have been around sharing the symbolisms and the messages and how my dreams changed over that 4-year period, and they did change significantly. What I'm going to do today is to take you through the last few dreams that I would see as taking me to completion of my spiritual awakening and return to feminine consciousness. So I'm going to dive right in. So first dream is, in this dream I have a couple of bowls, and they're all petal shaped. They've got petals all around them and they're all stacked one on top of the other, and to me it looks like what you might call the lotus flower, or particularly it was the shape of the mandala of many petals. It was very beautiful, and it was clear that that's what that symbol was. But alongside that symbol was another bowl, and in that bowl it was full of blue lapis. And blue lapis is a stone which is very significant across all areas of spirituality and different regions of the world. The blue lapis seems very significant, and I would see that as being divinity on earth, because it represents the blue earth, our own divinity. So it was interesting when I had that dream, because I realised that's what it was. It was coming to the completion, and I did recognise the significance of the lotus, or of the petal and the blue lapis, as being the completion or the final opening of what you might call the crown chakra. So that was in a way was quite a relief for me, because it has been a bit of a journey. I did also have a couple of dreams, and these all came very quickly, one after the other. The next dream was a dream I was given a necklace, and the necklace was put around my neck. I wasn't really sure what this meant, but when I did it, I had already done a little reading about the tarots, and I'd seen something similar in a tarot card, and I saw that as the necklace as being the significance of completion, the completion of my journey. I'd gone full circle, and I'd kind of come to a new world. I'd come to my new world. I'd finished that journey. And if you do want to read a little bit more about that there is some quite good readings around that on tarot and on the Tarot World card, and that's what that felt like to me in terms of the necklace. Then I followed that. I had another dream, which was what I would call a very deeply spiritual dream, because this dream, there was just church bells ringing. I mean, they were just ringing and ringing and ringing. I mean, it was an amazing sound, and obviously that was ringing for me as my acceptance into, I guess, the spiritual world, and resonating at that resonance of the bells ringing. Also, I was in a very unusual architectural building, which maybe I thought was perhaps around the New Jerusalem, or a new world, or a new life. And the building was very unusual, and I kept getting a message about Mary Magdalene, but can't really be any more specific than that. But those dreams, the dreams of the church bells ringing and being in this unusual heavenly space of architecture, and the chakras, and the bells ringing, and the mandala and the blue lapis and the necklace, just signified to me that that was the end of the completion, I guess, of my transformation. I'm not just saying it's the end of my spiritual journey, because that actually has continued, and I'll just try and touch on that in a second. So if I could loop right back to the beginning of my dreams, and saying that these dreams are the return to the feminine consciousness, which I suppose you could call is the significance of the blue lapis, which is Mother Earth and being on the earth, and feminine consciousness. It has taken a little longer after that completion for me to have more dreams about feminine consciousness, and me beginning to unravel more of what feminine consciousness means for humanity. Some of it means to me it is like living more from our hearts. Other messages, and I've talked about these in other dreams, is this feminine consciousness around her saying to me in a dream, I have not been seen like this for a long time. So I do sense that our understanding of feminine consciousness probably might feel quite alien to us, and perhaps in myself that is beginning to unfold a lot more. I'm allowing that feminine consciousness to unfold and to come forward. So this is the end then of the spiritual journey in terms of me sharing my dreams and symbols. It's probably not the end of me sharing my story of feminine consciousness, because I am trying to do that in other ways. I do hope if you are having a spiritual awakening, that there are people out there who can support you. It is a challenging journey back to the feminine, can be very disorientating, very frightening, feeling like you're living in a completely different space, you're not of this world. But again, I do hope that these dreams show you a signpost of where you might be on your journey, or even some of the symbols that you can go away and look up yourself on the internet. There's lots of great stuff out there. For me, it's been interesting for me to go back and reflect on those dreams, because I think now I've been able to give them a little bit more context that I couldn't at that time, because the spiritual was awakening. But now I can reflect back and I can see clearly what each part of those dream symbols were signifying to me. So that's goodbye from me in terms of the dreams, and wish you well on your own spiritual journey. Take care. Love, Tricia.